me again, All Things Wonderful. I'm back to do a Divine Unions Part 2. It's a beautiful day, but it is extremely windy. So please forgive the wind. But I did want to shoot this video outside. It's a gorgeous day, picture perfect. So please excuse the wind. But yeah, I want to do a part 2 to the Divine Unions, and this may actually be a series, like a volume of this. But to begin, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment to this YouTube channel if you feel that it speaks to you on a more deeper level. Also, hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I do release a new video. And yeah, also please feel free to email allthingswonderful7777@gmail.com if you would like to get in contact with me on a more personal, interpersonal level. So let's go ahead and get into it. So y'all already know what time it is, just to release the negative energy that we've accumulated over the few days or weeks. Let's go ahead and take some deep breaths in and out. So like I said, this topic is going to be on divine unions. This is a part 2. I touched base briefly on this topic a few days ago, but I did say I want to go deeper into this topic and give y'all just some scripture that can kind of testify and plead my case to this. As you can see, I'm dressed, decent, what they call modestly, to some people who prefer women to dress more modestly. I'm a work in progress. I identify now as a Hebrew Israelite, but I was born and raised Christian, so I'm a Christian in transition, and I'm also still very young. Like I said, I have a lot of creativity, a lot of spunk in me, as far as, that aspect. So I don't dress like this all the time, maybe in my 40s, my mid 40s and 50s, I'll dress like this more often to where I look like this every day. But right now in my early 30s, I don't feel like a complete drive to do so. I can't say that what I look like today is pretty much where I stand morally on an every day-to-day basis. As far as my morals go and have been, it is the way I'm dressing today is definitely a reflection of, my daily morals. But, I'm still young. I'm still learning. I'm still youthful. I feel like I have a lot of creativity and a lot of spunk, and, I feel like, I need to let that shine, let your light shine bright. So let's go ahead and get into it. So starting off, I want to start off this time around with scripture, and we are going to go ahead and go right back to the very beginning. Genesis 1, verse 27 through 28. So let's see if I can have this gentleman just read this off.
Genesis chapter 1. God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind.
Okay, this is
and
the
cattle
part
after
that
their
I
kind,
really want us
and
to
everything that creepeth
meditate
upon the
on.
earth after his kind.
Right here, verse
And
26.
God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Okay, note this.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna
God
go
blessed
back.
them. And God said unto them, in his own image. In the God created the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them.
So I really wanted us to manifest on Genesis 1 verses 27. Because you know, I'm for this topic, divine unions, and you know, the twin flame ideology. I wanted to kind of just attest to that. There are divine unions in the spiritual realm where you cannot identify whether it is male or female, because they seem to have both male and female bodies, because you know, that is not something that is unique in the spiritual realm, is what I'm trying to get at, believe it or not. And like I said, there's been a lot of testimonies in the Bible where they've experienced heaven and they've seen angelic beings where they could not distinguish whether it was male or female, because they seem to have both. And I'm relating that to the twin flame union and the divine union between male and female. So let's go into divine unions in a more deeper level. On a more deeper level. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. So upon meeting, so first of all, usually when you meet your divine counterpart, most likely it's going to be a time where you are doing the work, where you are growing spiritually, where you are awakening spiritually. Most times it's when both of you are growing and awakening is when you come across your divine mate. If you are not awakened yet, if you are still living a life of sin and self-pleasure, and you don't know your left from your right, when you meet somebody who you think is your divine partner, it's most likely not. That is most likely your karmic partner. Okay. So when you finally encounter your divine partner, it's going to be at a time where maybe you're not even expecting to meet, your divine. It's most likely going to be a time where you're doing your own thing. You're awakening, you're doing what you need to do spiritually, you're meditating, you're awakening, you're doing everything that you need to do, and to meet somebody. What? You're doing your own thing, you're living independently is usually when, you come across your divine. So when you do finally meet your divine partner, when you encounter them, it's more like a remembrance than anything else. Some people want to make it seem like it is completely sensual, sexual. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not that. You are attracted to your divine partner. There's no denying that. But that's not essentially what it's about. You feel a sense of familiarity with this person. You may feel like, essentially, upon meeting them, you may feel like they're a family member. There's a close friendship bond. When you meet them, you have an open heart. Especially upon interaction with them, there's happiness. You might feel a sense of excitement and inspiration, upon meeting them and talking with them, you feel more inspired to just do things, to get things done, Life is interesting again, you have more of a zeal for life, you go to sleep happy, you wake up happy, you wake up interested, you wake up, wanting to know more about, your divine partner. You wake up just wanting to talk to your divine partner, even if you don't talk that much to them, like life is just fun again. It's beautiful again. There's color. There's a vibrancy to life. You also feel a sense of oneness, like you're not in this alone. You have somebody there with you going through the same things, that are experiencing things in the same light that you experience things. There's a tenderness there to your interaction. there's a deeper intimacy there. You're more considerate of the other, where you might not have been considerate before, or as considerate. You might have had other relationships and you thought you were considerate, but you're probably 3 times more considerate now of the other person. Your senses are more open to the other person. You think more, you're thinking more about how the other person feels even deeper. So you care more. Like if that person comes off as maybe hard, you know, when they meet their divine, or they meet you, you go from a hardy to a very, 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 very softy, you know. So with the divine partner, you even become more concerned about the other's well-being. That's that sense of, you're more considerate of the other. So you become more concerned about the other's well-being, in a sense that you want to know, are they eating right? Are they drinking right? Are they taking care of themselves physically, mentally, emotionally? If they have kids, you know, how are their kids doing? If something's happening, you know, to your divine partner in their life situation, you are very concerned about how are the kids being affected. You know, like you want to be a therapist. You want to be a therapist, a social worker to your divine partner. Like you are so much more caring of them to a higher level. I'm sorry, y'all. It's really busy. We got UPS. We got USPS. We got the lawn services in here, on top of, you know, neighbors strolling in and out. So if you hear noise, I tried to beat the school rush, but it still ended up being quite noisy on top of the wind. But it is a very, 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 oh, look, a beautiful ladybug. Let me see if I can get her. Oh, she flew away. There was a ladybug right there on my screen. But yeah, so I apologize for the noise. I'm trying to speak above the noise without yelling. Hey, buddy. So then, when we speak about twin flames, and I relate that to the divine union concept, but essentially twin flames are like a twin union, you know. It's but you're not related. You're essentially not related, you know, but you're twins in a sense that you have a divine connection. It's like when they're sick, you also feel sick, you know, or you become ill with something. Maybe not so severe, but you also feel sick. When they wear something, you end up wearing something very similar. You have similar styles, similar creative outlets. It may not be exactly the same, but you relate in a lot of ways. You might be more spontaneous than your twin flame, but that's the way it balances out. You know, you might be the spontaneous one where they might be more thoughtful in their moves, you know, and that's to help balance you out. But essentially, you know, there's should be constant growth with the divine union in a way that works. It's a balanced system to it. So essentially, you know, like how they say with twins, you know, they tend to be on the same wavelength. They tend to have that telepathy where they can essentially like read your minds or read your thoughts, even if you're miles and miles and miles away. That's the twin flame connection, the divine union connection. And I think that's all I have for y'all today. I had to write it down, you know, because whenever I don't write down and I'm prepared to have a topic with you guys, I realize that my messages come off really choppy, you know, where I'm saying, you know, a lot, and you know what I mean, and that's not what I want to do, give to y'all. So that's why I'm gonna get better at writing it down, because I'm a extreme introvert, so I don't really, I used to be very extroverted, but you know, I'm a true introvert. So my verbal skills, my communication skills have like definitely decreased in the last, I would say, 5 years. Most predominantly due to me becoming a mother. Like I said, when I had my first son, my life completely did a complete, you know, reverse. I went from being a complete socialite to being completely introverted, completely minding my own, complete mommy mode when I had my first son. So, but I'm learning. Like I said, I'm in my master's program, and right now I'm in a class. It's methods to social work for counseling individuals and groups. So I'm really learning a lot about how to do counseling sessions for individuals and groups going through anything from addiction to domestic violence to just, you know, being stressed out from work, you know, or having anxiety, or you're married to this man, but the first child isn't his, you know. That's what I'm learning, how to facilitate those types of sessions. So, and that's really been helping me a lot. What else? So that's all I wanted to speak with y'all about today. Is really it's a beautiful day out. So yeah, peace. Y'all already know what it is over here. It's peace, love, light.